Welcome to the Benny Experiment, the weekly podcast that I bring you every Saturday right over here. You may be wondering, Benny, isn't this the R&BE? Well, it is, but you see, Rob is going through a lot of things in his real life which involve dealing with his house and, dealing with moving and a bunch of other things that he's doing. So in order to facilitate never missing an episode, it is now the Benny Experiment for a little while, which means it'll be the R&BE when Rob's here. It'll be the BS&E when Sal is here. It will be the BD and G when I got Dan and Gary. These two individuals right here. The show's still going to pretty much be the same. We're just probably going to move towards having a rotating side guest over here so that way, if Rob's unavailable, he's not getting bogged down. But he'll be here quite a bit, don't worry. We just need to work around Rob's schedule, which includes now having the Benny Experiment. So today, we're going to be talking about the 10 worst things that the Avengers have done. We have gotten this list off of one of our favorites.
Oh, please no.
What Culture.
Yeah.
They are known for their incredibly impeccable, not clickbait, but worthwhile lists.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are they not? Are they not my two guests?
Their videos are good. I've never really been to their website.
No, their videos are great. Their
Yeah.
website, not so much.
Their
Yeah.
website was...
It's like they picked the
not
best
well
of the list
planned.
and they put it up over on the website, on the video side.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go on to today's topic.
Okay.
The 10 worst things that the Avengers have done, as brought to you by WhatCulture.com. It's very much, if you guys are wondering, this kind of thing we do where we grab other people's lists and discuss them. We do this quite frequently on our gaming channel, Eligible Monster, here on YouTube. Every Monday and Friday we have a discussion, as we call them.
Yep.
You can find us right over there. We do them far less here on the RNBE, but we still do that as a topic over here, and that's this week's thing. So, let's go ahead and kick it off, because What Culture, them and Screen Rant, aren't they the worst two? Or is What Culture the good
Screen
one?
Rant.
Who gives us the good ones?
No,
bad.
Screen Rant sucks.
Yes, I think What Culture gives us the good ones. I think Screen Rant's the one that clickbaits and they're worthless.
Yeah. Wasn't Screen Rant the one that did the worst video game characters
Yes.
list? Yeah.
Yeah, and they
then
also had
it
the
was
one
like-
the powers you didn't know Deadpool had, and on
Yeah.
that list was regeneration.
You're like, I pretty much knew that. Everyone knows that. People who have seen the trailer know that.
Does no one else know about baby balls in his movie?
It's gross. I haven't seen Deadpool. Either one of them. So.
His lower half gets blown off, and he slowly regrows things.
Yeah.
And so there's a scene where he's
course.
got basically what looks like toddler's legs and anatomy,
yeah.
and he crosses his legs like Basic Instinct, and it's just like the running gag is that
Yeah.
Deadpool has baby balls, but yeah,
Nice.
family friendly show.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
All right, so the first thing is the Avengers have let children be kidnapped. How many heroes does it take to keep track of alien children? Apparently more than you'd think, as several members of the Avengers are tasked with teaching and protecting the children of the sun, and yet somehow totally miss them being taken away by pterodactyls. Given kidnapped by dinosaurs not the most sneaky method possible, it's easy to think that maybe the team weren't giving their absolute all. The most ironic part is that this happens during one of many conversations where many conversations had about how precious these aliens are. And how important it is that they are kept safe. A conversation apparently so engrossing that it let the exact thing that they were talking about stopped. It let it happen because it was so engrossing. Benny can't talk. I don't know why.
No.
Because I'm in a comic and now I need a letterer to help fill my sentences out.
Yeah. So
They've let children be kidnapped.
they let children be kidnapped. Did you say by dinosaurs?
By dinosaurs.
Yeah, which is probably it's clearly the most subtle way to kidnap
yeah.
a child.
That's what it says, yeah. 'cause
Is a screeching pterodactyl.
you know what I just pictured?
Oh, what? Oh, he's
don't know what
gone.
happened.
I picture this being
Yeah.
a situation of me and looking at you two, and I'm like, all right, Hawkeye, Red Wolf.
Hawkeye.
Why am I Hawkeye?
He's Red Wolf. It's worse.
I don't know who that is.
No, Red Wolf's not bad.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm like,
whatever. I'll
Hawkeye,
take it.
Red
I'll
Wolf,
take it.
you have to watch these children. No matter what happens, these children are the most important. You just see, ah! It just takes it and goes.
It's like,
Yeah.
guess we gotta save him now. That's because they're only important when they need to be saved. When they're safe, they're like, who cares?
Children?
The alien children in this,
Oh,
yes.
alien children. I
I'm
thought you meant
referring to
children.
this. I'm not talking about children in general, Gary.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's
exactly-
Wow.
Yeah, you're right. I went from this is a comic book discussion about them getting kidnapped to I'm talking about children in general.
Yeah.
They need to be kidnapped.
I'm talking about in comics. Let's be
Yes,
honest. A lot
okay.
of the time, when something needs to be safe, people don't truly care until it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's comics.
it's true.
That's because, I mean, let's be honest, it'd be kind of a very short story to go, you're still here.
Yeah. Glad I scared.
The end.
Protect these
I'm
kids.
glad I shooed away that pterodactyl there.
I saw it, I went, no. And
No.
it flew off, so I was like, hey, it
Do you
worked.
guys
Yeah.
want to play Go
Yeah.
Fish?
Yeah.
All right, the next one is trying to murder a high school student.
Which one was this? I feel like I know this one, but I...
With powers so intense and unpredictable they can level a school in the blink of an eye, it's understandable that upon their first meeting, the Avengers treated the not yet hero Starbrand as a threat.
Oh, yeah.
However, this dangerous powerhouse is also a dorky college student whose powers had unexpectedly been thrust upon him, and so the several attempts to at least injure, if not kill, the boy are totally uncalled for. Starbrand fights back, sure, but only because anyone willing to take a Hulk punch to the jaw is as brave as they are completely insane. So Starbrand, college student, fighting the Hulk, they're trying to kill him.
That's pretty messed up.
What are Starbrand's powers? I'm just curious.
In a way, he's kind of like the Hulk.
He is, and I'm trying to remember like exactly how he differs.
Because I remember
So-
in Avengers Million BC, or whatever that one's called, the Hulk character in the Avengers is Starbrand.
Yes.
And the reason why in the new Avengers it's not Starbrand is something has happened to him recently while
Right,
he's not
okay.
here. So he's very similar to the Hulk in terms of power.
His powers aren't
Yeah.
even listed on his wiki, so I don't even know.
So-
Oh, here it is. He is he's granted an infinite power, limited in application only by his own imagination. Though it exists on several different worlds and takes different forms on everyone, it resembles a multi-point star burst. So everyone has their own version of it. It's like a Green Lantern ring, basically, it sounds like.
So they learn that this kid has powers. And they're like,
Yeah.
this kid has powers. Let's kill him.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
it
that's
sounds
how
like.
that's a terrible story.
Because, that's definitely the
Yeah.
hero thing is the first response, let's kill him.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes things
Yeah.
easier. He's, as strong as the Hulk, but let's just kill him.
Yeah. Let's not interview him.
Yeah, let's not try
Or
and
coach him.
bring him in, because,
Yes.
we only need one Hulk. And
Right,
he
right.
basically destroys the country every time he goes on a rampage anyway.
So in the world of the Avengers, no kid wants powers
pretty much.
Ever.
because they want to stay on top. That's my conspiracy.
I mean,
They want to stay the Avengers, so
Yeah.
they're going to take out.
Like, we
anybody who
can't
has
let
powers.
this kid one-up us.
Yeah. There's
Like,
I'm
you're
Iron Man,
happy
I'm
the
Iron Man.
Avengers. You're
gotta-
not the Avengers.
Plus, he's got
Yeah.
a pretty cool name. We definitely can't allow this
Yeah.
to happen.
Starbrand. Okay, next up is wiping Captain America's memory. Captain America is one of the most loyal and righteous members of the Avengers. This in mind, any plan that involves brainwashing him to forget a secret plan because he said it was evil is 99% likely to be bad and evil, which is an unfortunate case in the 2013 New Avengers series where it turns out to be tragically true. Although the mind wipe was to avoid an internal conflict in the Avengers and another civil war, erasing the memory of a trusted ally just in case does appear to be completely immoral. I believe.
Which one is this?
I'm trying to remember what it was, because this was a part of the Secret Wars buildup.
Yeah, this
This was Hickman's run, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to remember why they wiped his memory. I think they were either going to kill another world or destroy another planet or something. Because during Hickman's run, multiple dimensions were colliding. And the way it worked is whenever a dimension would collide, the planets would get crushed and destroyed. So overall, it was decided that eventually 616 was going to be in a situation where they couldn't stop it. And they were going to have to destroy an entire universe.
And they were crashing with the Ultimate Universe,
Yes.
right?
That's what eventually happened.
Yeah.
But I believe, if I remember the storyline correctly, Captain America was against that, stating that there always is another way. Very similar to what I think Superman does in the DC universe. There's always a way.
Yeah,
always a
pretty
way.
much.
Yeah, and the idea was just to wipe his memory of any of this happening and get rid of him. I think this may have happened after he had gotten the Infinity Gauntlet and used it to blast another planet and push it out. And so they had no other options at that point. They had already exhausted their options. I may be 100% incorrect about that. It was during that run. I'm just saying, the situation where they finally wiped it. But I believe it was once they had exhausted all non-lethal options, the decision was the next time we have to destroy them. And they do. They actually go up against Justice League version of the Justice League that's in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
And that's the other planet, and they destroy it. And it comes down to, I think, Doctor Strange selling his soul to absorb the souls of the Justice League. It was weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, though. That's a.
Okay.
Do you,
I feel like I mean,
that sound. I don't know that I
it's
have
not
much
like
to say.
one. I don't feel like that's one of the worst things that they've done.
Right,
that sounds
yeah.
more like a contingency plan.
don't let him get in the way.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just maybe not the most well thought out plan, but I wouldn't say that they
definitely.
were
Wanna go
like.
Cap's memory?
Yeah. I wouldn't
That's
say they were
perfectly
totally like out of the bounds of reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least they're not, trying to kill a student.
Yeah. Because he has powers. You're
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
Therefore, you must die.
Wow. Okay, let me ask
Not
you
my
this.
words. Their
What
words.
would you do if someone came to your daughter and was
Yeah.
like Xavier kind of thing? Your
Yeah.
daughter is a mutant, Gary. She
Yeah.
has amazing powers. She's a massive telepath and she can wipe the entire world's memory out. So we're going to kill her. What would you do next?
Oh yeah, I would tear the world in two. To protect her. Oh man, the X-Men haven't seen anything yet.
Hulk Gary's gonna come out.
Oh man.
Hulk gluten-free Gary. That's
Hulk,
not.
Hulk, gluten-free Hulk Gary.
I would grab-
Just not
oh,
care anymore.
I would grab a loaf of
gluten-free,
bread
actually.
and a beer and be like, "You wonder why I don't eat gluten? This is why." Yeah.
Gluten, hey Gary Hulk.
Yes.
Oh,
And you're just like, have you eaten gluten, Wolverine? Ah!
You wouldn't like me when I eat gluten. I'm also stinky and strong,
But very
Stinky.
but very stinky.
My God.
gluten hair
Yeah.
Gary
Oh my
is going to be the guy that defeats the X-Men.
Oh yeah, yeah. You touch my daughter. Oh man, it's over.
Protective,
Yeah.
guys.
I like how we've just turned Gary's whole family into mutants at this point.
Yeah.
Well, eventually you have to give your wife some kind of powers.
Yeah, my daughter's like Jack or something.
Yeah, yeah,
just
your
like
daughter's
just like
Jack.
20 powers. Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
daughter is Jack.
Yes.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Oh, I'm gonna see that still. I haven't. That's like.
Incredibles 2?
I haven't either.
seen
I haven't
that one
either.
yet.
You guys want to go see it tonight?
It kind of snuck out on me.
I know we're on a
Like,
podcast, but you guys want to go see
Yeah.
it tonight?
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. I'm just picturing gluten. Don't you mess with my daughter, Xavier. This is the real me.
Yeah.
Dan's just over there like, holy crap, he actually does have powers.
I don't care that you're
I need to
Patrick
stop
Stewart.
eating gluten.
All right.
Man.
So
Okay.
next up is they raised a zombie army
Which
'Cause
one? Oh, Marvel
during
Zombies?
Secret Wars.
Because that'll end well.
During Secret Wars, Black Panther decided to raise the undead Marvel zombies to use them as a weapon against Thanos. The zombies did willingly join T'Challa after he uses the title King of the Dead, which is an awesome storyline for Black Panther, to win them over.
Oh, that was during Secret
During Secret Wars,
I
yeah.
remember that
He was
because
the
he
king of the dead.
crosses the like the grim wall or whatever
Yeah.
into the undead, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I am your king."
Exactly.
Kind of like the Lord of the Rings thing with the.
Do you think that's evil, though?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, that's strategic.
yeah, you have an army of the dead. You're the king of the dead. How is that one of the worst things he's ever done? He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't revive the dead.
Exactly.
They
Like,
were already dead.
If he was like, "Hey guys, you're dead, but I need you to not be, so you're gonna help us," kind of like Blackest Night.
No,
That
Dr.
would
Doom
be-
did not raise the undead army, Tevya, in our Twitch chat. He's saying it was Dr. Doom. It was Black Panther, and he used them against everyone.
Yeah, but I
Because
mean,
that
if
was
they
his whole
are,
thing.
if they already exist, and
Yeah.
you're just, that's just
No, yeah,
utilizing your resources.
If he was Black Hand from Blackest Night, then I'd be
Yeah.
like, okay, that's evil.
Exactly.
As hell.
Yeah.
Black Hand in the Blackest Night, a DC book, had
Okay.
the ability to raise the dead of anyone who had ever died.
yes,
So characters who had been died and brought back to life became evil zombies for him, like Superman.
Okay.
And also any
Batman.
dead character. But he was raising the dead and turning them evil. That's a different story than just
Yeah, that
going,
is.
I am the king of the dead.
like
Right.
you exist. Help me, because you will
yeah.
listen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do something.
like
Get to work.
That's not that evil.
No, I don't
it's
get
not.
that.
It's
That's,
not.
I think this is
Yeah.
the website that gives the bad lists.
it's not looking
Come
so
on,
good
what
so far
culture?
right now, is it? Definitely not at all.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, next up is they started a secret cult.
That's pretty
Oh,
evil.
the
Okay, I was making sure it was the
Illuminati?
Illuminati.
Yeah,
So what
okay.
ended up happening is the
okay.
Avengers decided that there will be some events that they need to take care of. That
Mm-hmm.
they are the smartest, the richest individuals, the most richest. I've made up a word that worked for.
Yeah.
They are the individuals who need to handle every issue with the world, and so they started their own Illuminati.
Mm-hmm.
The Illuminati. The formation of the Illuminati is as dodgy as it is practically useless, as literally any agreement on how to resolve matters always ends in a fight anyways, completely ruining the only practical use of having sketchy meetings in the first place.
Yeah.
Which is true. The biggest worst thing they had to do was decide to kill a planet.
Yeah.
Didn't they? I could have sworn
Well,
they
they also
went
hit the
universe
Infinity
to
Gems and things like
universe,
that.
killing.
They eventually went to that, yes.
Yeah, they were killing Molecule Man. Molecule Man?
No, that wasn't them. That was... I want to say that was Doom. That's how he got his powers.
That was Doom?
I think it was Doom that did that.
Okay.
Secret Wars is 2015, guys, so we're 3 years later now.
That was a long time ago.
We've been doing this thing for a while.
That was one of the first big events with my career with Comicstorian.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure
that.
that was Doom. If I'm wrong, I'm saying apologize now, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Doom was one killing Molecule Man.
I think you might be right there, and he saved the last one and siphoned
That's how they
his
moved all the
powers.
power. Because in order to split up Molecule Man's powers, they put him into different universes, and his powers were to be able to recreate reality.
Gotcha.
So Doom was killing them all off, so the powers would converge into one.
Gotcha.
So all the power was in one individual kind of a thing.
So like the one.
The one true.
The movie.
Yeah.
And Miles gave him a
Or
burger.
no, like
Oh, no,
the
yeah,
movie, the
concept
one,
of the
yeah,
one, yeah.
the Jet Li
There was a
movie,
great
yeah.
moment.
Our Twitch chat is saying
Yeah.
that it was Doom. Doom is the one
It
that
was
was
Doom.
killing the Molecule Mans.
Oh, okay.
Well, I just want to say the best part of the Molecule Man in Secret Wars was Miles Morales goes to meet him, and he asks if they've got any food, and Miles is like, well, I've got this burger that I've had in my pocket for 2 weeks. And he gives it to him, and in return, he revives Miles Morales' mother.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, they also put
So
Hulk in
keep
his
a
face.
burger in
They
your
call us
pocket,
that.
guys.
Keep a
They call us
burger.
Planet Hulk and World War Hulk. But I mean, that's not even that bad. The concept behind it was
Tots.
to prep things up.
Actually, I could see that being as a bad thing because of the fact that their solution to you're uncontrollable is we're going to send you off planet.
Yeah. And also, our
Without
Twitch chat
your
did correct. They
permission
said
or
that the Land of the Dead army was used against Doom, not Thanos. The list said Thanos. So
Okay,
that's...
I was a little. That's why I was like,
Yeah, Doom
that
was the big
Secret
baddie
Wars?
there. Yeah, that was Secret Wars, yeah.
Okay.
But yes, it was Doom because he was the big bad. I believe Thanos got in the way. But I don't know. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
So. But the list said Thanos. It's not my list. I didn't make the list. I'm not that incorrect.
What culture?
Plus we do these live
Besides-
so that I can be
Right.
corrected, so we're good.
So and besides, okay, so it's saying that them creating their secret organization, this Illuminati,
Evil, right.
is evil. Having a club is evil?
Well, it was a club to decide the fate of the universe, but...
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but they're
It's
pretty,
a Freemason
they're
club.
pretty
That's what they were
qualified,
doing.
right?
Right. So basically your argument is we can
Yeah.
have a secret cult that controls the
see-
government if you're qualified to do so?
But that's the thing, is that
Why
was the whole reasoning behind it, is they basically felt they were qualified, and they took it upon themselves as opposed to the world going, we feel you're qualified. Why don't you do this for us? They were just like, no, we know the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, I think, the
So their
bad
goal
part
was
about
to
it
actually
is-
control things.
Yes.
So
But
they
you know
became
what?
they
You know
became
what?
villains then.
Right, they became villains.
Yeah.
They definitely did.
Yeah.
I also want to comment real quick. All the collectibles here, we are working on a collectible podcast for you, the
Yes.
viewer.
gonna be
That's what we're
awesome.
doing. These all came in at GameStop. I can do bongo drums. Okay. Anyway, number 5, having a civil war.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say evil.
Yeah, is that
I would
evil?
more say irresponsible.
But that can fall into evil.
Considering
Would
the
you
number
consider
of different
Anakin killing the younglings evil or
No, that's-
irresponsible?
Oh,
evil.
Pure evil.
Okay, that's a different story.
That's totally
We're talking
different, yeah.
about
Yeah.
having an argument with fellow adults and killing young children.
Younglings.
Killing youngling children.
Right.
That's
a different
that's
story.
redundant, by
But
the way.
I know.
I just say it's irresponsible of him. He should have
guess.
brought them on for ice cream first, then cut their little heads off.
Oh,
You get their hopes
Wow.
up. You're like,
No.
are you enjoying that cookies and cream ice cream? Youngling Gary?
Just stop.
Are you Gary?
okay. There's a plot hole there. No, I'm not gonna get into it. here.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the plot hole?
The whole
So this is going into the list of some of the worst things Benny has ever said.
that no one else sensitive to the Force could have expected this to happen.
Isn't it like a whole bunch of children?
So much is going on though. At the time, and everyone's away.
Whatever.
Their
yeah,
light
nobody's-
side sense was down.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's a problem.
Anyway, I would
Problem that
say
you can
Civil
discuss
War.
on the next episode of
Civil
Beam Me
War.
Up Gary.
Yeah, it
I
is
would
a problem.
say so. Back to the actual topic of this
Yes.
one.
Civil War.
The Civil War, if we're talking about I'm going to refer to Civil War II in this one. The fact that they didn't actually have the conversation between each other with a level head, because we find out at the very end that they were like, no, he trusted you, Carol. He just didn't trust who was going to come after you.
No, Civil War 1.
No, I know, but I mean, let's be honest. Both of them is pretty much the same.
They both have the exact same. So Civil War 1, the argument was that...
It's the movie.
No, they're not. Okay.
The movie was...
I will say Civil War 1 and 2, the issue could have easily been resolved by just two people sitting down and talking finally.
Yeah.
But at least the argument in Civil War 1 was about something that mattered.
Yes.
Civil War 1's argument was that the government decided superheroes need to reveal their identities to the entire world so that they can be held accountable if something happens. Because what happened was a bunch of kid superheroes got into a fight and they blew up a school. Okay? So it was like, everyone needs to be accountable. And if the superheroes do this, we'll give them a monthly paycheck, they'll work for the government, but we'll be able to hold them accountable if they do something wrong. That was the plot. Civil War 2 was we had discovered an Inhuman who can look into the future, and then it became a debate of whether or not us doing things causes that future to come out, or if it was the Minority Report argument. They just said that. The problem is with both of them, they could just sit down. Now, Civil War 1's argument was Tony stating, hey, we need to reveal ourselves, and Cap stating, no, that's against our rights. That was where the argument came down. And so they separated out and they fought over that, irresponsibly damaging cities and locations and things like that.
The evil/irresponsible part would be everyone and everything that got caught in the crossfire.
Yes. Yeah. Civil War 2 was dumb in itself because literally they just had to sit down and go, okay, because Tony was like, I trust you, but I don't trust the person after you.
Right.
We need to have better regulations on something because Captain Marvel was like, the person foresaw the future, let's go do it.
Because the thing was, I'm pretty sure he only did it like once or twice accurately. Then all of a sudden they started going, okay, he had a vision, therefore we are acting on it like it is a fact.
Yes.
Like there was a vision, I'll use this as the example.
But they would act on minor ones? And their basis was that he got a big event right once.
But exactly. And but some of them was a question of, was it you doing this that triggered it? Because the best example was Old Man Logan, Gabby, and Laura are in an apartment, and the Inhuman had a vision that Old Man Logan was going to kill Gabby. That happened because of the fact that Carol and S.H.I.E.L.D. came to arrest Old Man Logan. That started the incident, which led to him killing Gabby because she didn't actually die. But then Laura's like, okay, well, did this happen because it happened or because you guys basically pushed it to happening?
Yeah. Don't
and
mind
then it became a...
Minority Report problem.
Yeah, it's the don't mind the vase thing from like The Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody? Don't mind the vase. She says, don't mind the vase.
Gary, please watch something within the last 20 years.
Yeah.
No!
Relevance.
Gary, for the love of God, play a game, play a movie.
Do you remember the South Park where the guy from like 1997 gets like
Frozen?
thawed out?
That's
Frozen,
you!
thawed out? Yeah.
That is you!
Yes. You're even wearing the flannel that he was wearing.
Oh my God.
As a poster of like Independence
Gary,
Day.
there's like a dozen other examples you could have used. And you're like, you guys remember The Matrix, right?
Yeah, that came out in 99. Almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Can we have a moment to talk about Reloaded?
Yeah. I just saw it.
But that one was stupid because it was basically them all going... Basically, they were judging people based off of things that they had not yet done.
Right.
And it became a question of, okay, well, at what point does that end?
Right.
So it's listed as one of the worst things that they've done.
I don't think it's one of their worst, but I think it was very...
irresponsible.
One of their most irresponsible.
Well,
regardless of what the battle was, they needed to have a discussion because the
Yes.
superheroes were tearing up New York and locations. Matter of fact, if I remember correctly, it ends with Captain America just turning himself in because he sees that they've become the thing that they're trying to stop.
Yeah.
What they're doing is creating this, so he just turns himself in. Everyone assumed Civil War ended with the death of Captain America.
Yeah.
The death of Captain America came out of the fallout of Civil War. It didn't happen in Civil War. Civil War, he just turned himself in and they hauled him off.
Yeah.
Well, it proves that there's no compelling storyline when everybody's level-headed.
Yeah.
And people actually talk things out.
I mean, it's the same thing with the Inhumans versus X-Men. At the very end, like, some of the kids finally, like, talked to Medusa and was just like, they're trying to destroy the Cloud because it's going to instantly kill all the mutants in, like, 2 days. And she's like, oh, okay.
Why didn't
well,
you
then,
tell us?
go ahead and do this.
Yeah, why didn't you just say that?
That was the worst.
Yeah.
The Inhumans versus the X-Men situation was even worse on that one because of that.
Yeah.
Because it was like literally they're like, we don't have time to talk to the Inhumans. Does no one have a cell phone in the Marvel Universe?
No. No.
Hey, Medusa,
Yeah.
I know this thing is going to help bring in new Inhumans, but it's going to kill every mutant. So we need to get rid of it,
Yeah.
or we need to find an answer and work together.
We know you're a pretty decent person that may actually act rationally.
The Inhumans are good guys, right? Cool. Let's talk about this real quick, and we got to go do something on the first cloud. We'll figure it out because the second cloud we got like a week on it, but the first cloud we got to go kill.
Yeah.
Like,
Cracked did a whole skit on that like 10 years ago.
Cracked isn't even a thing anymore.
It's not?
No.
What?
They made a YouTube channel. It was
What
amazing,
happened?
and they fired everyone.
What?
Yeah, that's how out of touch you
Was
are.
that 10 years ago?
No, that was like 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago. Anyway.
Gary's
they
gonna
made-
like pull out
they
his
made-
Nokia brick phone in a second, start playing some Snake.
Snake?
Gary,
Oh,
I
man.
think I know why the
Yeah.
fans like you on the
Yeah.
on the shows. Because you're just that guy that's just so out of touch.
I am. It's not a lie.
The kicker-
But they
here's
did
the-
that.
here-
They did that skit basically.
Here's the best part, though.
What?
Guys, we didn't hire Gary last week.
No.
It has been almost a year,
Almost a year.
and he still doesn't
And
know
I've
anything.
learned nothing. Yeah.
Like Dan, I brought in, and we had the whole thing where Dan didn't know things, so we did a
Yeah.
whole show
Yeah.
around it. But then Dan learned things, and we cut the show.
Yeah.
It's been a year, and Gary still doesn't know anything.
What can I say? I'm playing through the original Kingdom Hearts again. Because why not?
We gave him a PS4, and he's playing the original Kingdom Hearts.
And watching Star Trek Voyager.
I would have
Just
You're not making it better. Why? Why is this a thing with you?
I don't know.
You have a PS4, and
apparently,
you're like, I got that Kingdom Hearts
Yeah.
nostalgia pack.
Yeah, I started playing Tomb Raider. Like
What
the
is
new
it,
one,
the new
the
one?
new
What do you-
one,
okay.
the sort of new one.
You
because
did,
I was
you
like,
played it for 30 minutes here, and then you
yes,
quit.
I know. I did that at home too. But yeah,
Oh my god. Gary,
Anyway.
you're awesome because you
Thank
just
you.
you really
Yeah.
are the guy in South Park. You're just frozen in
I'm
place.
a relic.
You are.
I'm a precious relic.
You're geriatric Gary.
Yeah,
Our Twitch chat is
don't know
voting that we start a
why.
new channel, a new show.
geriatric.
Teaching
I'm
geriatric.
Yes,
You're geriatric.
I'm geriatric.
They're starting a whole new thing, just
Okay.
teaching Gary things. They want a whole
Oh,
new
okay.
podcast.
Yeah,
Just-
Gary, this is a meme. It's called a meme.
The worst part is Dan likes to pull memes out from like 10 years ago. We used to make fun of him for that. We've moved on. Gary
Yeah.
is just himself.
I'll walk in. I'll be like, "Hey guys, check this out. I can't have cheeseburger." That's hilarious, right? Have you seen
All
this?
our base you brought up all
It's
our
like-
base belongs to us like 2 weeks
No, I
ago.
didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I
Gary
didn't.
comes in and goes,
No.
check out this cool picture. It says hang in there, and it's a cat hanging
Yeah.
on a wire.
It's so precious. I just found it on Electronic Bay.
Electronic
Okay,
Bay with
I
my
just- I
electronic
got-
I stole that from
mail.
Ron Swanson. Yeah.
Even without Rob, this show's full of tangents.
Okay.
So Gary and Natalie have been working on building the new Eligible Monsters set.
Yes.
For
Yes.
discussions,
That's true.
things
Yeah.
like that.
Where's
Gary
this
was
going?
given the directive to grab current art to video games to throw up on the walls.
Yeah.
Gary was grabbing Final Fantasy VII, the original Kingdom Hearts,
No, but-
Assassin's
no.
Creed Black Flag.
That's because it's your favorite character, right?
No!
No?
Assassin's Creed in general. Why did you get
Oh.
Black Flag?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I just
He got Halo.
no, I didn't.
You had that pulled up when I walked over there.
No, I did pull up Skyrim. 2011. It's like 7 years old now.
We've been doing so much
Yeah.
promotion for ESO. We got a prize pack from them of this, and you're pulling up Skyrim.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm trying to be relevant, okay?
You're just relevant to the wrong time
Yeah.
period.
What I think
Yeah, I
it is,
know.
I think why the fan base likes you so much
Yeah.
is you are everyone trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's a lot to
But
catch
it's
up on.
impossible.
Yeah, I asked. I was live streaming last night, and I asked everybody. I was like, "So, recommend some good like stories or games or whatever, anime to me." And it was like a flood of, "You should watch this. You should read this." I was like, which I'm excited to do, but
You brought an anime. Do you know what Attack on Titan is?
Do you know what an anime is?
I know what it is.
Do you know what
How
Attack on
old do you
Titan
think
is?
I am? I've heard of it.
Let me guess. I'm going to say
Yeah.
it right now. I'm guessing this.
Okay.
Gary, is your favorite animes Cowboy Bebop and Trigun?
Yes. That's actually exactly right. That's exactly right.
I've never asked him that question before, but they were the popular ones in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Apparently, I just can't move on.
I called that with $0.
It's true. I don't think we've ever talked about that.
No.
But okay.
I don't. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So speaking of moving on,
Gary's like, can we stop, please? You're making me look worse and worse. If you guys want to check out
Oh,
Gary,
man.
I'll put his channel to his link down below. A link to his channel down below. It's
Yeah.
in the Twitch chat. Also, I know Mopey and all them. Gary's fun. He's fun.
thank you.
All right.
I
So
try to be
anyway,
fun.
he does have stuff on his channel. He's got his own podcast called Beat Me Up Gary, where he gets nostalgia about old school sci-fi.
That's because it's.
What'd you do with Sal? What was the first topic?
The best sci-fi.
I
But
feel
wasn't
like
it
the best
topics
sci-fi
like
in
15
our-
years ago, like TNG?
Oh yeah. We talked about Next Generation. We talked about.
I feel like you should
Stargate.
rename it
Yeah.
to Catch Me Up, Gary.
Catch me up.
Someone said, "Cocks me up, Gary."
Okay, that's a
different
website.
channel.
Saying it out
different
loud
website.
does not work out
Yes.
well. All right, so
No, it
moving on.
doesn't.
Number
Yes.
4 is when the X-Men fought the Avengers in the same issue we had of Civil War.
That
That would at least the argument made sense.
yes.
So what happened is the Phoenix Force
Wait,
came
I want to
back and it
explain
got-
this one because
Okay.
I love the X-Men and that was one of my favorite stories. So basically, the Phoenix Force was out in space and it was planning. It was coming back to its new host, Hope Summers. And basically, the X-Men were training Hope to be able to control it, be able to prepare for it, because basically they were like, this is an X-Men right for us to have the Phoenix Force. The Avengers were like, no, we need to take Hope into custody so that we don't get a situation of like Jean Grey Dark Phoenix. We need to make sure she is under wraps. And the X-Men are like, no, she is one of us. Like, she is one of us. We're protecting her. But the Avengers are like, no, we are taking her. At the end of story, we are taking her.
Right.
Tony Stark, in all of his great wisdom, tries to create a device that will capture the Phoenix Force. You know, the cosmic entity, one of the most powerful things in the
Hey,
universe.
Tony Stark, he can do it.
Yeah, he knows everything. He catches it. No, it breaks and it splits the Phoenix Force into Scott Summers, Magic, Namor,
Wasn't it
Colossus,
Colossus? Yeah.
and Emma Frost. And basically, so they become like X-Men gods, pretty much. And then that starts an entire argument between every X-Men out there and every Avenger out there. It in fact leads up to the divorce of Storm and Black Panther, because they were married at one point.
Yeah, I like that in X-Men Red.
Yeah,
Where
that
Jean's
they
like, what have I
mention it.
missed? And Black Panther's like, well, I was married to Aurora.
No, yeah, she's like, do you know her? And they're like, oh, you guys had a history? And she's like, this is a little, yeah, we did. Because they got married and then they divorced. Because X-Men and Avengers don't mix.
Ever.
No, they're too many letters separates them in the alphabet. Too different. But anyway, that's Avengers versus X-Men.
see what you
Is
did there.
basically the Avengers saying we need to lock up this girl, whereas X-Men are going, no, we need to train her to control it.
Yeah.
So that was pretty
I
much
can see how they would take those two different
was-
approaches. Yeah.
that was the event actually that led to Scott Summers killing Xavier.
Which then, you know, you have the whole
Wow.
thing where Scott was trying to bring back the mutant race, and Cyclops is right.
That was the start of Cyclops as a villain.
Cyclops is right. Anyway.
Cyclops
Do you
Yeah.
agree or disagree, Dan?
I do.
So, but once again, I don't think that's one of the worst things they've done. Once again, I think it's just
Once again,
an
irresponsible.
irresponsible
Yeah.
thing that they've done.
Yeah.
But nothing
Yeah.
that makes me go like, oh my God, what is wrong?
I feel like
These
a
guys are
more
villains.
convenient compromise would have been, we'll let you do this, but we would feel better if we have someone here that's also kind of just an informant so we know up to date like the situation.
Right.
Yeah.
It's once again the entire situation of Avengers trying to stop things before they happen, as opposed to trying to make it okay while it's happening in terms of like training her to control it.
Right.
So the next one,
I love Avengers versus X-Men. Read it.
well, it's another thing related to that. Age of X, which is regarded as one of the darkest timelines in Marvel. And the comics version of the Avengers go a substantial way to assure that. A task force is built up to solely seek out... A task force is built almost solely out of... This doesn't... not me! Them! But they built murderous psychopaths as a task force. The Avengers' aim is in the majority of the comics to wipe out what little of mutant kind still exists, which is basically as far as their usual goals go in humanity as possible. Just in case it isn't made clear from the intro, the Avengers' time on page involves them killing children, actually killing defenseless civilians, and the Hulk strapping a bomb to himself in order to wipe out the last of the surviving mutants.
Okay, that's evil.
Yeah, that one I will give you is an evil thing. This is for Gary. Don't worry about it, Dan. I already got your thing in there. But yeah, I will consider Age of X legitly one of the worst things that the Avengers have done. Why are you laughing, Dan?
I was expecting something different.
What were you expecting?
A picture of what we were talking about.
No, this is so you guys can order lunch while we're doing our podcast and not talk. Gary's got a grin. I ordered what Dan would normally get, and then I was handing it for Gary because I couldn't remember what was gluten-free.
Anyway, that's really evil.
Yeah,
That's
I
one of
don't
those
even know the
ones
Age of X timeline. I don't know what the purpose of Age of X was.
because I won't. I've never heard of that.
No, I've heard of it because Rob likes to talk about some of the dark X-Men timeline.
Like, I think
Rob's
I
a huge
remember-
X-Men fan, though. I feel like that would have been a good
Well,
one.
I
for him to fill
remember Jason mentioning it once.
Yeah.
Because he's a huge
Yeah,
X-Men
Jason
person.
over at a local comic book store. Him and Dan actually pick what X-Men stories we do, and I read them. For the first time ever, I read an X-Men story that I want to cover called X-Men Red. But,
So good. Read it.
yeah. But yeah, I have no idea about the Age of X because I'm not
Yeah.
a huge X-Men fan. I like Deadpool, Wolverine, and then that's normally it.
Yeah.
I like Rogue and Gambit, so I liked their thing. I already got his.
Oh, already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
Wait, you got a drink? That's kind of good.
Beverage.
so yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about
I
this
think,
one.
based on that description, that's a very evil thing. That's one that truly belongs on this list because it's. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're legitimately trying to wipe people out, that's evil.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of.
It's pretty evil.
I mean,
One of the worst things they've done.
I mean, we've
Yeah.
seen things like that in real life of people trying to wipe out a certain group of people, and we would all very much agree that that is evil.
Pretty evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of wiping them out,
Yeah.
should have just built a wall.
Yep. Wow. Okay. I was
Moving
actually
on.
just gonna say the Avengers need a Jiminy Cricket.
Oh, yeah, they do need someone on the shoulder to
Yeah.
help explain what's going on.
That
All
is
right.
much more appropriate to
Yes,
say.
it
Gary.
is.
I like what I said.
I'm
We
just
know.
glad you said that because there were a lot of even worse options.
Oh,
to
yeah,
say.
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, there's one image that's floating around the internet right now. Debates about the wall aside. I'm not even going to get
Is this
involved.
the time?
No. Have you seen the wall of Superman?
Oh,
There's an image that's floating around of the wall being built and Superman splitting it. And behind it, you see a Statue of Liberty. It's a really powerful image.
yeah.
So,
I like the image of him stopping the train before it hits a little boy, instead of moving the little boy.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
We're just
I
gonna
hadn't thought of that.
like
Yeah.
we're just gonna smash this train that costs
Oh yeah.
probably millions of dollars, ruin some of the train track instead of picking up this small child and moving him 5 feet.
no, don't do that. No, do not help at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, next up is Doctor Strange. I had it up and then it moved. Oh, there it is. Allying with the old god. I feel like they're double dipping. Unless this is not the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the time he allied with the Steal the Souls of the Justice League.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange's decision to start a dark magic pact with the eons old evil god is admittedly one he made alone. That said, after initial concerns, the rest of the Avengers have minimal issues with letting Strange continue to use his creepy Cthulhu powers for their end. He shared his brain. It doesn't say what he used it for. I think it was
I'm gonna say this
for that.
From the sound of it, it doesn't sound like this belongs on the list because it's just Doctor Strange.
Well,
and not
they're
the
saying the
Avengers
worst
as a
thing the
whole.
Avengers have done is they
Yeah,
allowed
I
it
would-
to go.
yeah.
They knew about it and let it happen.
Let it happen.
Yeah,
They're triple dipping because the next one is blowing up the universes.
yeah, they're really
You double
stretching.
dipped your. Never mind. That's
They
gonna be a
triple dipped.
'90s reference. Double dipped your chip.
No,
Seinfeld.
that I
Oh my
that
God,
I,
Gary.
That I think a lot of people do understand because
Okay, good.
You don't double
Okay.
dip. I will say this.
double dip.
I do double dip at times, depending on like who I'm eating that stuff with and what I've bitten into and stuff like that. Like a lot of times, like if I like nachos, I won't double dip. But if it's like we're doing like carrots, I'll bite one end, flip it, dip the other side.
I do that. Yes,
makes sense.
the double
That makes
dip
sense.
where as long as it's not the side that you bit,
Right.
I find it to be a little bit more. Okay.
Right, Gary. What do you
a
think about
little
that? If
bit
it's on the
more.
side you bit, would you allow for double dip?
how far is it from the side you bit? What's the distance? What's the
Let's just say
measurement
minimal.
here?
Like you're just not putting that in
As
the
long
smile.
as it
I
does not
think-
touch a part that you bit. It
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
millimeter
okay.
away, but it did not touch
Right.
any bit that your mouth touched.
I can sort of be okay with that because your hand was on that side, and whatever bacteria was on your hand is now on the chip, and now it's in the dip. And now I'm just like in a
See,
tailspin.
I-
I'm just in a
yeah.
tailspin now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me of like
This is the most tangent episode ever.
I know. Well, okay, I'll do the last thing real quick, and then I'll tell you what this reminds me of. It involves Markiplier.
Oh God. Okay.
So, the last thing they put on here for the triple dip was blowing up the universes, which we've already explained in depth. It was the
That was the
Illuminati thing.
Illuminati, yeah.
They blew up the universes,
okay. Yeah, they're
things
just
like that.
they don't have a full list here.
No, they got
Yeah.
3 of things that were a part of the same event.
Come on, what culture?
Technically, you could even take Land of the Dead or the King of the Dead
Yeah.
because it ties into the same event. Throw
Yeah.
that on there as well. So 4 things.
Because that was part of what
Right.
the Illuminati led to, basically.
So this is like this one story is just a series of
They
Avengers
basically got a story
horror
where like this
decisions.
issue is one point, this issue is another
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
So funny story about me. Everyone has those embarrassing moments in their life. Everyone in the chat, comments down below, let me know what you've done. Give me an embarrassing moment that you did, but you didn't think about it till someone said something.
oh,
That's
those
what
are
I'm
the worst.
Those are the worst.
Because then you just sit there and you're like,
Yeah, you're
oh my God.
It's like blown your mind. Like
Yes.
you didn't think about it until someone said it.
and now you look back on it and you're like, you see it from an entirely different perspective and you're like, I was a horrible person.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was
So-
trying to be friendly.
I was doing a thing with Markiplier and Captain Sparkles and all those other people, which by the way, I've worked with since then and there's no issues at all. The first time we did run into Captain Sparkle recently, and I don't think you remember me at this point, but he looks totally different. It's been like 3 years, so understandable. I mean, I have this now. You can't tell who I am. Nope. Anyway,
It's your glasses.
We're at I think it was the Disney Infinity event.
Okay.
But they put a spread out, okay, and it had normal food and things like that. But they didn't put like a spoon down or anything for it. Like it just had like a jar of
No,
nuts.
what did you
And
do?
without even thinking about it, I just grabbed some nuts, put them on the plate so I can eat them. And Markiplier was like, that's like throwing your whole face and hand into that jar of nuts. And I just chuckled about it and walked away. But as I walked away, I'm like, dude, yeah, that's pretty bad. Like, but
Yeah.
why would you put this kind of food out if you're like without any way to get it?
Yeah.
But why didn't they?
I have no idea.
Because that's one of those ones where it's
Yeah.
like, well, what was your other option?
Right, there was no other option. It was just, and I guess
wanted
Markiplier's
to
point
eat.
would have been like, find a spoon or don't eat that stuff, but like.
Screw that, I want my nuts.
Exactly, there's no other way to get these nuts. I've run into him a couple times since then.
Yeah.
Like, he remembers me, I remember him. It was funny because that exact meeting, we had an argument.
Oh, God.
But the argument was, I'm like, hey, Markiplier, it's nice to meet you. I'm Benny, I run this comic book channel. And his response was, I already know who you are. We've worked together. And I'm like, no, we haven't. I'd remember working with you. And he's like, no, I know we've worked with you. And that was the argument. Like, he was like, I know I've worked with you. In his
Yeah.
defense, though, he was already like 8 million sub big, and we were like barely 200K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
It's funny.
Yeah.
so my first whole interactions with Markiplier was not the greatest
It
ever.
was arguing that they've worked together and putting his hands in his nuts. Yes, I phrased
Wow.
it like that.
So what do you guys think of this list
Wow.
overall?
Terrible.
It's not great.
Only like 3
It's-
things on
was
there I,
gonna
would say
it's,
is evil.
It's half decent.
Half decent.
I
Yeah.
feel like they should remake the list and do the most irresponsible
so-
things that Avengers have done.
Irresponsible
because
is
I feel
different
like
from
that's
evil, yeah.
I feel like that's a more appropriate term when it comes to superheroes. Because
Yes,
usually when a superhero
irresponsible,
does
yeah.
something evil, it's like a huge, like the Axis event,
Yeah.
where all the heroes became villains.
Right.
Like it was an actual.
Because when your hero
thing.
does something
Yeah.
evil, they're a villain now.
Exactly.
They're not a hero anymore. Yeah.
But when they do something irresponsible, like I would consider the whole world, the Planet Hulk, World War Hulk irresponsible because their
Sure.
actions
Sure.
ended up with World Breaker Hulk basically mowing down every superhero in existence.
Like mowing down every
Yeah.
superhero that existed.
I
mean-
just, like, if you can't come up with a full list,
Yeah. Just
don't
why
do
don't
it.
you say
At least a top
7
5.
things and then just
Or
be
a
like
top 5.
the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Here's everything they
Yeah.
did, which is why they're evil.
or how many
The
evil
work-
things do we have?
Yes.
Just make it that many.
Yeah.
Like 4, 5, whatever. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all right.
I'm getting kind of tired of these lists that these companies are making up that are just clickbait just to get the clickbait.
Yeah.
That's all they are.
Yeah.
But makes for really good shows for us to pull off.
We're gonna title this the most clickbaity thing.
Oh, we totally are. That's why I love these lists because we get to
Stars
follow.
are good content.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today
Got the
for
dad look
the
down.
BEDG Beach.
The G bed.
No, it's the beach.
G-bed.
Welcome to the beach.
Gary,
G-bed.
Benny, Experiment Dan. Doesn't make sense when you
it
say it
doesn't.
out, but
No, but it's the
Yeah.
beach.
Yeah.
So if you're joining us for the first time over here on Twitch, we do this every Thursday. We have a rotating guest now, but we do a lot of things with Rob, a lot of things with Dan and Gary. We had Sal come out. I've got some other individuals I've been talking to about coming out here. If you're following us over here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe because every Saturday we release a new episode of this podcast, which is us just BSing about comic book stuff. Sometimes they're interesting, sometimes they're not. Sometimes we talk about Harry Potter. I don't know why it gets to that sometimes. Today we talked about why Gary is frozen in time.
and then we talked about Star Wars related foods that we can make punny.
Yes.
Yep.
This is a weird episode.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
I guess you're probably going to see that now that we finished.
Right. But you can also find it over on Patreon at patreon.com/Comicstorian, where we bring you 5 different podcasts, all early access videos there. We've tried to make our Patreon its own unique. Think of it as Comicstorian first. I've been taking the idea of Rooster Teeth first, where they get their content initially there. It's basically Comicstorian first.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get it all early, but you still get it here on
Access.
YouTube.
Yeah.
You can find Dan over on Twitter at DanTEditor. Gary is at the channel down below and at GaryCam4. And I am right here at Comicstorian and on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/EligibleMonster, every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time. Enjoy the B-roll of them discussing Star Wars foods.
So now be a part
Yeah.
of our discussion of trying to think of different foods and drinks that could be named after Star Wars related characters or locations or situations or races or
Did you guys think of something like Dark Side of the Rum?
Ooh.
Rum and Coke?
I could see that.
Dark Side of I came up with one!
You came up with one.
Is it
Good job.
calamari like a thing?
What,
Star
calamari? Mon
Wars?
calamari?
Mon calamari.
Mon calam? No.
calamari.
You just name it, it's a trap.
It's a trap.
And it's deep fried calamari.
It's a crab.
It's a crab.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Is that a fly? We have a fly.
Crab.
Kill it.
I almost said it's a crab.
All right, now you
I don't
guys
know
you
where it
got me
is.
playing this game.
I also have really bad floaters, so I look up and I'm like, yeah, they're everywhere.
Right?
All right, hold on. They got me playing this game. I can do this. I can do this.
Okay.
Luke Skywalker's hand finger foods.
It's not. You gotta play on the words. That's
you
why
gotta play
it's
on
really
words?
hard.
Yeah, it's a play on words.
That's why it's
yeah,
hard to
that's
do.
just morbid.
This is morbid.
It's just morbid. Yeah.
How about an Ewok stick? It's a 40-ounce tomahawk.
It's a
Tommy walk. A Tommy walk.
A Tommy Walk steak.
there you go. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's probably not that healthy for you, but
Guys,
No,
if you,
no, not
Dylan,
at
put
all.
this at the beginning. I walk away for a few minutes, and these two decide to start naming things that they can put into a Star Wars-themed cantina.
Yes.
Enjoy the B-roll.
Yes.
I keep trying to think of one that goes with Qui-Gon. And I keep thinking,
Gin.
oh,
Just
Qui-Gon
How did
and
you not
gin.
think of that?
Because I've been thinking foods, not like alcoholic beverages.
I gave you
Yeah.
Dark Side of the Rum.
I
Yeah.
know, but like
Qui-Gon,
alcoholic beverages,
gin.
let's be honest, it's kind of easy.
Yeah, well, okay.
Whereas trying to think of like Obi-Wan cannolis,
Yeah.
The light side Caesar salad.
there you go.
There you go.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
Because we had Sith and chips.
Yeah. I'm going to open a chain of Star Wars Mexican restaurants. I'm going to call them Q Dagobah. Yes. Oh,
Oh my gosh. It's not a bad idea.
not a bad idea. I think it would
I
go
don't
over
know
very
how
well.
Mexican food and Jedi smash, but hey.
Oh, yeah.
Dan is the special at Gary's restaurant.
Oh.
Obi-Dan Kenobis.
Yes.
Obi-Dan Cannolis.
Yes. Oh, an Italian-themed restaurant.
It's just a Jedi-themed restaurant.
Yeah. Okay.
Where everything's
Everything's
slightly named
everything's Star
Jedi.
Wars. Yeah. Okay, so it's like a
Obi-Wan cannolis,
it's like a
I would buy those.
yes,
I don't even like cannolis, and I would buy those.
a Sith molten cake.
Why would it be a Sith molten cake?
Because like lava Sith.
No, I know, but it's got to be a play on
know.
words, though.
I know it does.
So it's got to be. What could Sith?
Yeah.
Sith and chips.
Sith and chips.
See?
You got your Yoda fountain.
Your Yoda fountain.
There you go.
Your Yoda fountain drinks.
Yes, there you go.
We've got
A Darth Mulberry pie.
Burger Fett.
Burger Fett. There you go. Yeah.
Boba Fetta cheese.
Boba Fett cheese.
Yes, we should just have one of your beam me up Garys of just sitting here trying to think of names for food that relate to Star Wars.
Yes.